Yeah, I'm gonna have to hurry up and get off here because I'm getting emotional and I need y'all to just see this video where I get a little emotional towards the end. But anyway, the thing I value most, the gift that God has given me that I value most, is my ability to just create something where there's a void. Okay, let me drink some water. Hold on. I don't expect all this. And to anybody who's thinking, girl, just let it out. I am, but I'm just not going to be doing it on social media. Because then it'll be a video of me like this. I'm not doing that. Your girl's too cute for that today. I'm bullshitting y'all. But anyway, the thing I value most is my ability to create stories and ideas and content. And I've always done that. And it's always been my first love, right? From La Trope des Arts at Cody High School. We were designing costumes, we were making up stories, we were learning to write and create and to act and to express ourselves. And that is why it is so important to me that people who care about Black people progressing and moving forward, people who are not desensitized and they see two cops in Chicago fighting and a woman running some people over in Chicago and a woman running some people over in LA and brothers fighting and killing each other. You know, all the anger and the hostility and the trauma and the illness and the brokenness that our community has to constantly watch in this ongoing loop is so damaging, right? I feel like see Dolores Tucker 2022. I feel like, you know, we have to change something, y'all. We can't just keep dancing to the music. We can't just keep binging on the bullshit. We can't just keep allowing ourselves to be we can't continue to allow ourselves to be the butt of the joke, because that's what we are. Period. As much as we want to believe that, you know, it's okay because we get in the bag, as much as we want to believe that, you know, it's all good because I'm famous and I'm rich and I'm young or whatever, we're destroying our communities by just taking money to display our trauma and our pain, and we don't own it. We have no ownership in it. It is not something that belongs to us in terms of benefiting our legacy and our kids and our families, but it belongs to us as it relates to just holding on to that shit and having to live with it and having to eat you up. So my fight for my intellectual property rights with Pvalley, with R&B divas, with Hollywood divas, with all the other shows that I won't mention right now because we going into that next, is because I know that ownership is the only way that we can control and change the narrative. Owning our content, owning our stories, being able to leave stories behind that show our children that we are something greater than just our brokenness and our trauma. Being able to leave stories that show how amazing we are. Every slave movie, every stripper movie, every drug movie, every brokenness movie, every gangster movie, every thug movie, every one of those movies puts into the universe that is who we are. This is what we are going to always be. And I know so many incredible, amazing Black people, people of color, BIPOC people who are not that. And that is not who they are. And I just want to be able to tell stories that I create inspired by the people that I know, the experiences that I've lived. And I want to be able to tell those stories my way, from my authentic voice, especially if I'm the person who created it. I created R&B Divas. I should have been able to run that ball. Instead of pushing me out, I should have been embraced. People should have said, well, hey, Nicci, try it this way. And you got to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make a whole lot of that. That's what makes it work. Partnerships, where we come together and we figure out, maybe I'm not as experienced in the space of drama and messy that people like to see, or salacious. And I know people need to see that, right? Sometimes I'll be like, damn, my YouTube numbers would be up if I would just, be a little more salacious. But what's more important to me than the YouTube numbers and all these other numbers being up is the numbers of people in our community being up. I ride through the hood and I get depressed. And not because it's not a beautiful place. I was raised in it. But the beauty is covered up by a whole bunch of abandoned, rundown homes and drug infestation and brokenness and sickness. And if we keep letting people play off of that in mainstream media, if we keep letting people tell these stories that show us as just broken and drug dealers and strippers, and, we gotta, that is who we will always be, right? And every time we look up in the news, you cannot say that it doesn't affect us. You cannot say that it doesn't impact how people view us in this world, because every time you look up, there is some trauma happening. We just saw some today and yesterday and the day before and the day before that. And they just keep showing it in a constant up ass loop. And it is not healthy. And I feel like a broken record. As far back as you can go in my career, as far back as you can go in my career, I have always been this person advocating for us to do better, to have more. And unfortunately, it's just kind of turning into a situation. You need me, babe? I'm sorry. It's just kind of turning into a situation where we gonna get to the point where there's no turning back. If we don't turn the corner now, if we don't get behind people who are really trying to show different narratives, if we don't support people when they say that they have been wronged, if we don't, because you guys have no idea. I'm going to say it again, and then I'm going to get to this video I've been promising y'all. Y'all have no idea how hard it is to over and over again be faced with the decision to either A, say, fuck it, y'all can have it, I created it, y'all can go make millions and hundreds of millions of dollars off of my creative intellectual properties, and just give me a check, just give me a job. That's what I could do that. But my mother and my father and my family and the people I love and y'all, it would be hard to look you in the face and consider myself a real one if I did that. And I consider myself a real one. I don't give a flying fuck what anybody has to say about me not being a real one. I know for sure, without a doubt, unequivocally, I'm a real one. It's shit y'all have no idea that I've done, been through, and had to endure. I don't tell everything. It seems like I be talking and shit, but I don't tell everything. And speaking of talking, I'm going to stop. But I just want you guys to understand how important support is. I am not just mad at Katori Hall trying to take her stuff. I'm not just in Kelly Price's business trying to. I'm really one of the ones that is out here like, fuck it. I'm not going to be the person they like. I'm not going to be the person that they call up for a job because I'm just going to comply with the bullshit. I'm not going to be the person who you can just siphon for creative intellectual ideas and properties and think I'm going to smile and be fake about the shit. I'm from the fucking D. And we say that with our chest because we mean it. I am from Mother Detroit. Plymouth and Chicago, Cody High School, Brooks Middle School, and Coolidge Elementary. We don't have it in us to not just KIR, keep it real. So I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to say this.